we've decided to show you some embarrassing photos we took of ourselves when we were 16.
I'm Haley.
I'm India.
I'm Lena.
We're from Washington, Iowa.
Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by our documentary, Looking for Miss Locklear, about the search for our first grade teacher, Miss Locklear. You can pick it up at our store, RhettandLink.com/store. You can also rent it on Amazon or YouTube.
We're about to delve into an embarrassing stratus in our lives. We're willing to go there again. We're willing to sacrifice. We're willing to dig deep into the annals of things that we shouldn't ever want to share with people and then expose it.
Okay, so let's tell a little bit of the backstory. Again, we grew up in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, small town. We've established many times on the show, not a lot to do. And Link had one of those disposable...
Well, I had an epiphany one day.
Oh, yeah, a disposable epiphany?
No, it was none of my epiphanies are disposable, but all of my cameras when I was 16 were disposable. Mm-hmm. So that's what you were going to say, wasn't it?
Yes.
You were going to say camera.
You had a disposable camera. I don't think you should start with the epiphany. You should start with the disposable camera. And you were like,
yeah.
I remember specifically you said, I've got a few pictures left on this, or like half the roll still on this. Let's just go take some pictures of each other.
Now let me pause for 1 second.
Okay.
Back in the day, cameras had film in them, and there was even the cheap ones had film. And you would dial through it, and it would have a little number, and the number would start at like 24.
I think I know this.
Okay, so there was a certain amount left, and yeah, that was my idea. Let's finish out the roll so we can get this developed at Kerr Drugs and see what we got. Because I don't even know what's on the beginning of the roll, but the end is going to be us taking pictures of ourselves.
And then you said,
epiphany.
You said, my mom has this flower. My mom has a flower.
Yep.
Maybe we should do something where we put the flower in every single picture.
Well, and let's go ahead and get into these.
Okay.
So we're going to show you some of these pictures, and we'll explain more as we go. Okay. So this is me, 16 years old, and that above me is, well, that's an unpainted water tower.
You kind of had to deal with the surroundings that you were given, and in our case, it was things like water towers.
And as you can see, I'm holding a fake flower. It's like the type that you put on a gravestone if you didn't want to visit it that often and put real flowers. And here's the first one of you.
I'm also wearing a sweatshirt, as you can see, a burgundy one.
And you're in front of an old abandoned church, which is like 2 miles from my house at the time.
And I am holding the flower, as you see. It's almost framed out.
But if you'll notice, you're not looking at the camera. But in none of these photos are we looking at the camera, because at the time we thought it was cooler.
We thought it was artistic.
It was just cool to not look at the camera.
No, we weren't trying to be cool. We thought that there was some artistic integrity in these photos. Can you believe that? Let's look at the third one.
This is a nice profile shot of me and some geese on a pond.
Those are swans. That's what made it artistic.
Oh, yeah, those are white.
And you've got your hunting boots on, like you're thinking, I'm going to eat me one of them swans. If I could just get hold of a shotgun, I could kill one, maybe two. 2 swans with 1 shell.
I think that was the last time I actually wore a hat.
Now, I will say, I made a mistake in this one. I framed out the flower.
And here's you. You know, water is a theme in at least 2 of these.
It looks like I'm thinking about jumping.
Yeah, we didn't smile in any of these because, of course, as you know, that's not artistic.
It's not artistic at all. You got to have a flower. You can't look at the camera. And you got to not smile.
We took our ideas so seriously. You know, there was no part of us when we were taking these photos, there was no conversation between us that's like, you know, this is kind of stupid.
Or this is funny in any way.
This is funny. No, this was totally sincere.
In the back of our mind, we thought you'd go to like the local library and they would have put our photos on display, like the most amazing photo set ever taken by Harnett County residents.
Like we could be like
the Flower series with Rhett and Link.
We could win honorable mention at like the county fair.
It's scary.
It was also it was fun to make believe that we were directing each other and that we were professional photographers. Why don't you stand beside the dead end sign? No, I'm not going to get all of the dead end sign in the shot. I'm just going to get enough of it.
It could say anything. It could say death end.
But don't look at the camera, whatever you do. Oh, and why don't you put the flower in the dead end sign? That would be very artistic.
There's definitely a theme with mine. You've got me like at the church contemplating the deeper things of life. Then you've got me looking like I'm about to jump off a bridge. And then you've got me in front of a dead end sign.
I don't know. That
Were you trying to tell me something?
Was I trying to tell you something?
Yeah. That you wanted to off me?
No, just that you need to You need to think about these things.
But look,
No, I won't.
dead end, live bait.
Oh, wow.
See that? There was a
that.
theme, man. You wanted to kill me.
No, the theme was that we were just very artistic. I think the theme was, hey, look, there's another sign. Why don't you sit down in a chair beside it?
You might want to put the kids to bed for these next couple of photos because there was this sign on an abandoned convenience store. Actually, it wasn't a sign. It was graffiti. And this is very much Harnett County style graffiti.
We did not do this graffiti.
And it
We
said,
just posed in front of it.
it said, D's nuts. And we decided, you know what? I should go out there. I should stand right in the middle of D's and nuts, and we should take a picture. And you know what? The interesting, ironic thing about this one, I'm looking right at the camera.
Really?
Yep.
And you've got the flower coming out of your pants.
Yeah, there's too much symbolism there.
Yeah, this is...
It's a little too right on the nose.
I think the flower was coming out of your belt loop.
Okay.
I think it was... Let's just say it was in your belt loop.
Okay.
All right, we got a few more here. Okay, now listen. For these last two photos, we debated whether even to show these photos to you. We both decided we were not going to include these two photos. And then, you know what? We changed our mind. We said, we're going all in. We're digging deep. And we're putting ourselves out there for you. So these last ones are against our better judgment of A, taking them, and B, showing them to you now. I don't know why we thought it was a good idea to take our shirts off.
Well,
Because it wasn't.
as you can see from the photo, we're next to a road that presumably people were driving down at some frequency. And you know everybody knew each other in Bowie's Creek. So it's just like, I just could go, you know, there's somebody out there right now who drove by and they were like, there's Link taking a picture of Rhett with his shirt off. And
Yeah.
look, he's got a flower in his back pocket.
Did we think, did the photo shoot more from being artistic to we thought we were models or something? This is so troubling.
I thought I was a back model.
Now, there is a house in the photo. Someone could have been looking out of that window right there.
Scared, calling the cops.
Seeing this thing unfold. And of course, not to be outdone, I took my shirt off.
And you did like a spread eagle stance.
Posed at the backside of a barn. It looks like I'm taking a leak.
I would have been so worried about these 16-year-old kids had I found them today.
I mean, if our parents had found these photos, there's a number of things that they could have easily have concluded. Oh my goodness. And not the least of which is trying to be an Abercrombie and Fitch model.
Yeah.
All right, so we've decided to try to redeem these embarrassing photos by grouping them together and making an emotionally charged slideshow.
Here is our artistic slideshow complete with voiceover.
I cherish this flower. It is the only thing I have left in this world.
This steeple makes me feel so small. Is that a belfry? I wonder if there are bats in there.
Those geese make me feel so sad. Wait, are those swans? Well, then I'm happy.
If I were a salmon and it was mating season, could I jump up this waterfall? Yes.
Minnows are 2 for $1. I have $16. How many minnows can I get? I need a calculator.
Look sad, must look sad. Sad is artistic. If I had a scarf, this would be perfect.
There's nothing like peeing in a barn. I'm marking my territory. This is my barn.
I'm way taller than that water tower. Like, way taller. These what? These what?
These nuts.
So we welcome you, mythical beasts, out there watching this. Hopefully you're still watching after not being scared away. What do you think we were thinking? And have you ever done anything that is reminiscent of this? And what were you thinking?
I mean, Facebook exists now. These people are, you know,
This would be on Facebook if we were kids today.
kids are taking these photos, putting them on Facebook. Oh, not.
Prepare to fight the Death Star. It's right over there. Whoa.
The round thing that's kind of like half built.
Yeah, it's like a man-made planet, and it has like a depression on top.
And we're supposed to be the guys who destroy that thing?
I don't want to do this.
I don't know. I think there's a weakness in it, though. It looks like if you go through that whole area, and then you go through this like valley of structures, I think you can get to this little place that's impossible to hit. Let's not go for that.
Where are you getting this information?
I can see like an eagle to it.
Let's just go get a coffee or something.
Yeah, I need another boost of caffeine.
It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, being
someone will do it.
Subservient to these people.
Somebody younger. Somebody.
Let somebody else save the galaxy.
Braver.
Good gracious.
Yeah, wait. You got a camera? Let's take our shirts off.